Ovarian Cancer Day was marked just yesterday, but spreading awareness about this disease is a goal that a local nonprofit is working towards every day. Here now with more on the facts that every woman should know is Hillary Thinkston, Executive Director of Clearity, and Jacqueline Smith, an ovarian cancer survivor. Thank you both for joining us here on The Floor. We appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks so much for having us, and thanks for helping to spread awareness.
Absolutely. This is such an important cause, Hillary, and let's kind of dive right in. Clearity is based here in San Diego County. What is this organization and what should people know?
Sure. Well, it's important to know we're based in San Diego, a homegrown nonprofit patient advocacy organization focused on ovarian cancer. We support women throughout the country. So any woman or caregiver who's been impacted by an ovarian cancer diagnosis, we help them really understand the disease and their unique disease, and we help them with support that is really individualized and customized for them.
I think a lot of people would be surprised to hear, Hillary, that this disease in particular does not show up on some of the annual tests that women are told to get every year.
You're exactly right. I wish that more people knew that a pap smear doesn't detect ovarian cancer. That's usually a surprise when women hear that they go in for their annual screening, but this doesn't screen for ovarian cancer. So it's really important to be diligent about the signs and symptoms and be an advocate for yourself. And if you feel that something's wrong, to really persist in getting it checked out to where you feel like your concerns have been fully addressed.
Absolutely. Jacqueline, you're a survivor of this.
I am.
And your story, as we were just chatting here a moment ago, you actually caught this early, thank the Lord. But for a lot of women, that's not the story.
Exactly, exactly. My story is actually quite unique, being diagnosed at stage 1. But what World Ovarian Cancer Day is about awareness. So what we want everyone to know is, like Hillary said, there's no early detection test for ovarian cancer, and a pap smear does not detect ovarian cancer. But there are symptoms of ovarian cancer, and if you are aware of those symptoms, potentially you could be diagnosed sooner.
Talk about some of those symptoms, if you don't mind, for the women who are watching this right now or their loved ones. What should people be aware of?
Sure. So some things like abdominal bloating or inability to eat or feeling full following eating, urinary frequency or urinary urgency. Sometimes you have pain in the pelvis or abdominal pain, and oftentimes just generalized fatigue. So as you can tell, a lot of those symptoms are actually kind of vague.
Yeah.
And they're also common in other conditions. That's why awareness is so important, right? So that you are prepared when you see your physician. Frequently, the common story and the common thread for ovarian cancer survivors is that they may go to their physician multiple times, they may see multiple physicians, and oftentimes they're misdiagnosed. So you need to be prepared when you go in with these symptoms in order to advocate for yourself.
Is there a particular test, if you do have those symptoms, that you need to ask for?
That's an excellent question. Usually the next step would be a transvaginal ultrasound, and also there's something called a CA-125 test, which is actually an antigen test. It is not used to diagnose ovarian cancer at all, but it can be something that can alert and be a red flag to dig further, and it's also a number that physicians will use to monitor women for a recurrence.
Hillary, as far as Clearity goes, there's something called the Teal Revolution that's going on during the month of May. What is this?
So Teal Revolution is our opportunity to help raise awareness and raise funds to support more women and families who receive an ovarian cancer diagnosis. So a lot of our participants set up fundraising pages. They help to raise awareness in their communities and really support the families who are going through this experience. We're so grateful to women like Jackie who are willing to help us raise awareness and raise funds for women who might not be in a position to give back because they're facing their own disease and the stress and the challenge of going through treatment and being treated for ovarian cancer. So this is a great opportunity for the community to come out and support women and families who are are facing this this diagnosis.
Well, thank you so much for what Clearity is doing right here in
Thank you.
San Diego and, of course, nationwide. Jackie, thank you for sharing your story and for letting people know what to look out for and for asking for specific tests, because if anything we have learned, we have to kind of be the loudest voice in the room when it comes to our medical concerns in order to get the attention that we need.
Absolutely.
Ladies, thanks.
That's
The
right.
website